Hi everybody, Simon here from Zubar Software. I'm here today to talk to you about NURVE. NURVE is a product that is designed to help medium to large sized organisations successfully complete their SOE deployment projects smoothly and efficiently. Now, these kind of projects are often underestimated, partly because they only happen fairly irregularly, usually 5 to 7 years, somewhere around there, and once you've actually decided that it needs to happen, all of a sudden you realise how many questions need to be asked and how much data is going to be gathered. How do you manage that and report on it and action it effectively to make sure you get the best outcome? I mean, some of the data is relatively benign. What are your computers, for example? Where are they located? And other stuff is you probably haven't even thought about yet. If you're going to be reusing some of your hardware, how do you manage that process? Or applications. Applications is the big one for SOE deployment projects. Without the applications, you don't have a project. Anyone can deploy an operating system to 10,000 computers overnight. Some have even done it accidentally. But if you don't have applications to go on them, you don't have a project at all. So what is your application profile? Can you gather that information fairly quickly? But even then, which applications are compatible on the new operating system? Some of them probably don't even need to go back out. They can become obsolete or retired. You can rationalise a few. Are you going to virtualise any? How are you going to prioritise them to make sure that you keep your pipeline of packaging full so that your deployment keeps rolling, because you don't want it to stop. Some of these data you can get out of SCCM or Altiris or some of your other CMDB products, but it's really the human information that is difficult to attain that allows you to execute your project successfully. NURVE has a wonderful communications module that includes surveys that you can customise to send out to your users. They're simple and quick to complete, and they'll hopefully give you all of the data that you're going to need to get your task done. So that's what NURVE's all about: gathering, storing, managing, analysing, reporting on, actioning the data smoothly and effectively. So today's session is just an overview, very high level. We have a few different other videos. They're a bit more of a deep dive into the specifics of how NURVE works, but today just an overview, and if you find it useful, then please drop us a line at info@zubarsoft.com, just there, and yeah, let's have a look at it. Okay, so I'm going to go on here and log in. Take a quick look at the grid, which is the structure that the main attributes are held in, and then we'll have a quick look at the main attributes themselves, the 5 main classes, I guess, if you will, being computers, users, applications, business units, and sites. Then we'll just have a quick look at reporting, the communications module, and the administration section, so we can see what options are available. So the grid view is the most useful for this kind of data. You can choose how to view the data. That's the great thing about it. So these are the attributes that I see in front of me, but these are the attributes that are available. I can opt to either show or hide any of them and subsequently save that view so that it's the most useful it can be for me. You can save the individual view for all 5 asset classes. You can also filter, so drill down into the data and only show what you want to see, and again you can save that filter for each one of the pages that we have. Not only can you view the data in the way you want, You can also action the data. So you can select some items here from whatever filter process you like, and then view relationships, applications, or business units or sites, almost like a pivot table. You can also execute functions, so you can see these items in a map, or schedule them, or create build sheets for them, add them to collections or groups, send an invitation, something like a deployment reminder, that kind of thing. Users, very similar in its layout, but obviously a slightly different set of data. First name, username, contact information, site information, business unit information. Applications. There are two kinds of applications in NURVE. One is requested applications, or the old world, and one is DSL, or Definitive Software Library applications. That's everything that's being packaged to push out into the new world. We can see here the basic attributes: manufacturer, name, version, revision, various assorted technologies and conditions that you can apply, tiering and priorities, and schedules. So applications and computers are the two things that can be scheduled in NURVE to allow you to plan effectively. Business units. Business units are a great logical view of the way your organization is structured. You can make them parents or children of other business units if you want to break it down to that level. Sites. Sites are very important in terms of typically scheduling and knowing the scope of your project. Without knowing where you're going or what you're doing, it's very difficult to wrap your head around the size or what it is you're actually trying to achieve. So sites help you do this. Reports. Extensive number of reports that come natively with NURVE. Show details of all applications currently being packaged with a status. Relatively simple, but very important. You can additionally customize or create custom reports. It's based on the Telerik report designer, very similar to SQL reporting services, and it is written with SQL queries, and you can push them out to a grid view based on the other on the 5 asset classes, so you can action on the data just like we saw earlier on. You can view it in either the grid view or as a report item. So that's report, the basics of reports. The communications module, really great part of NURVE, allowing you to communicate with users freely and easily, not just users but also project staff. So distribution lists are, as you would expect them to be, they're logical groupings of usernames and email addresses. Surveys, you can have 3 different kinds of surveys. You can have user surveys to gather the data, or exit surveys to find out how you went. And invitations joins the two. So an invitation, a user survey, for example, is going to a particular distribution list with a particular survey, and you can send it immediately, or you can schedule it to go at a particular time. It's effectively the email that the end user will get, or the project staff member, because you can have report invitations as well. So subject of the email, body of the email, make it plain text or HTML. Lastly, we'll just have a quick look at the administration section. So we have an SCCM connector. This is how you import from SCCM. It's the other way of getting data into the system, along with the surveys. Licensing, manage lookups. So all the drop-down menus that you see on the pages, you can customize, except for some really crucial ones like application status, which you can add to, but you can't change the default ones. In fact, there's some others that have defaults, but all the others you can add whatever's relevant for you. System configuration, that is relatively self-explanatory. Setting default page sizes, project start and completion dates, that kind of thing. System integration, so we have connectors into Active Directory and SMTP, also SCCM for adding and removing computers and users to collections, and of course importing the data. NURVE comes with an offline tool, so you can, if a machine happens not to be on a corporate network, you can send them a key and they can run the survey, and it'll produce an XML file that you can upload later on. Users and security, that's of NURVE system itself, and logging, so you can see what's happened. So that's about it for an overview. If you want some more information about specifics, check out the YouTube channel, and hopefully there's something there that can help you out. If not, drop us a line at info@zubasoft.com. That's XUBARSOFT, and we'll try and help you out. Thanks.